Hey Pisces, this is Tara and welcome to your mid-April, April 15th through, or 16th through the May 15th time era. This is your Psychic Tarot forecast. I'm going to pull two cards for the end of April, two cards for the beginning of May, and a transitory card, like what energies have played out behind the scenes. All right, and I hope you all are getting through Mercury retrograde. Today is the 13th, Friday the 13th. I'm doing your reading, and Mercury goes back direct on the 15th, but as we know, there is a shadow period of 2 weeks. So that being said, just if you have an important decision to make or documents, like we've talked about so many times, if you can wait towards the end of April, beginning of May, it would be best. Sometimes we don't have the option to do that, do we? Sometimes we have to sign them right away. I remember I had to sign a lease and move within Mercury retrograde time period. That's funny now, I think. And it all worked out. But it was just like, oh my gosh, my gosh. Maybe I felt like I was gushing. It's funny. Okay. So for some reason I want to lay the cards out to where this card feels important, the transitory energies that play from one month to the other. But of course all cards are important. So let's go ahead and turn over the last 2 weeks of April. Well, I mean, that's a story in itself, Pisces. I have to say, let me move these down. We have a story going here for the last 2 weeks of April, and it's felt like that with the other two signs I've done for this particular series. Yeah, you have, emotionally speaking, the moving on card. It's like you, whatever has been negative or even positive, but you've wrapped up the negative stuff. You're ready to move into a new cycle. The moon and the sun both have your back. You have 8 cups straight up, so it means that you've taken care of business. And the next card is the 10 of cups. So this is all about you anyway, Pisces. Water sign, cups, yep. And so you're moving towards happy home, happy family, just feeling joy in your heart. I love that that's coming out of these cards. And you can see he's actually facing the 10 of cups. This is the 8 and the 10. So I like this little story for the end of April. So many of you all that are moving, picking up roots, literally moving to another city, another country, or in another house, or you just kind of have the feelings that, hey, I'm ready to move past this relationship and I want to be happy, joyful, creative, intuitive, all of those things. I feel like you all are moving into that. I'm very excited to see these cards. Now we have, for the first 2 weeks of April, then we'll look at the transition card, we have the King of Wands, and we have a major arcana, the Strength card. Where's my wand? Here it is. Okay, so this King of Wands represents a fire sign, which would be Sagittarius, Leo, or, who am I leaving out? Aries. So sometimes when I leave a sign out, now of course it's going, this person's going to be different for all of you. Somebody may say, well, no, it's a Leo, no, it's Sagittarius. But when I kind of can't think of the name of, like I did a minute ago, the sign, like it just wasn't coming to me. For some of you, it's Aries that this card represents. Again, the court cards are the most abstract because we don't always know who it is or if it's an essence of you. And for everybody, they're going to be different. But I'm just getting sort of this person, and this can be a man or woman, this person who has major creative outlets. They are passionate about their work. They've mastered their passions. A fire sign personality, but the king is settled with where he is now because he has mastered. He's moved on to new territory. It's interesting it comes up under this. I don't know why I just said that either. But it feels like maybe this King of Wands is assisting you with moving. Or possibly you're moving away from them. So let me know in the comments below. It's just this indication who this might be. Let me know who this might be, because the indication is there is a fire sign in your reading, or someone who's has a fire-ish personality. Again, the king isn't always that blatant about it, but it can represent someone who has come off pretty strong in their opinions, and maybe also been pushy towards you, meaning they've been very suggestive in what they think you should be doing. Or this could be a wonderful king. This king could be someone who's held your hand through some hard times. Because we do have the Strength card. The Strength is card is a sign from the universe to stand up, Pisces. We have your back. You have strength. You have the power to keep going, the power to move on. I keep getting that into happy times. You have the ability to create a happy life for yourself. You know, we're moving into a lot of different energies this week. We moved into a lot of different energies, and we have since 2012 and before, but that was really the beginning of everything changing for us. And Pisces, I feel like you're coming into your own. This could be a representative of you. I'm going to ask my pendulum. Is this Pisces? Is this another person? I feel like it's another person. I feel like this is a person, but maybe you're following their lead. You know, again, or you're moving past them. You're doing one or the other, and some of you it will be one thing, but the feeling is beneficial. Let's see what the transitory card looks like. Because some of you have been up at night and worried or crying or sick. If you've had colds or flus, or you've just been over mentally thinking and just over analyzing and worrying, and you guys are not well, I shouldn't say that. You're an analyzing sign. Of course, we all do. But maybe you've been rethinking and thinking, and it's just caused you some grief. And you've wanted to, this has been kind of like the impetus that's holding everything together, believe it or not, because when we see the downtime periods is when we're motivated to move into a better place. And I feel like that's what you all are doing. And the universe has your back. Okay, let's see what the crystal has to say. For Pisces, mid-April to mid-May. What does this look like for Pisces? Well, I'm seeing, you know how when you have those ink blot pictures, in other words, you put ink into a paper, you fold it in two, and it's the mirror image, like a butterfly. That's what I was seeing. So some of you may have been doing some mirror work, which means looking at any negative beliefs and anything that hasn't served you well, or maybe you learned them from childhood and you're wanting to let it go, diffuse, let those go, because the past is the past and the present is the present, and then we have the future. But we really do sometimes build our life around these limiting beliefs, and that was just something someone said to us. So I feel like some of you are doing that. Okay, I see what first looked like a man, but wow, that looks like a child. Okay, and what is this person doing? This person has a sort of thick hair. I'm not saying long hair, just thick hair. But then, you know, it's interesting because at the same time, when I turn the crystal, it looks like maybe, you know, you think about what the nurse's hat that they used to wear. I'm not sure they do anymore. Those white hat, kind of, yeah, hat caps looking things. So some of you may be in the healing arts industry. I mean, I wouldn't doubt that with your nurturing and your intuition. But I'm trying to figure out who with it. This person's a little bit of a mystery. So if anybody comes up in the next month, and you're not sure who they represent, then go into your intuition, because I can't get a straightforward feeling of who they are and what they represent. Okay, so for the totem animal, I'm seeing a swan. Swans are beautiful. Swans are peaceful, right? In numerology, I say for the number 2. Number 2 is, if you're a 2 life path, or you're born on the 2nd or the 20th, 28th, no, that's not 29th. Trying to think of what adds up to 2. You have a peaceful, tactful way about you. You're also good with your hands. You know, maybe you create art, or you're good with, you know, taking apart computers and putting them back together for some of you. Or maybe you're a good healer. I'm going into that territory again. Okay, anything else for Pisces? Oh, I see a fish. That's interesting. Huh, okay. And some of you that have been eating some dairy products, possibly a lot of cheese, I don't know what that means to you if you have been, but, you know, cheese is yummy, right? For most, I have known people not to like it, which, you know, but of course, not too much of it for different reasons. Okay. It's interesting, the color I'm getting is more of a, okay, well, it would be the first chakra. It was sort of a brownish reddish, so that would be first chakra. That would, you know, that's what we work on when we want to feel like we're manifesting, like we're safe in our house, like we're grounded. Okay, so some of you may have been working on that. This is a black tourmaline, which of course is very grounding, but it can be black or red, and basically I was seeing both. All right, both colors combined. Okay, so I'm going to add up the cards, and we have an 8, and 10 is 18, and 9 is 27. Sorry, I'm leaning over for a minute. 27, 28, and 8 is 36. You know, it's interesting, Pisces, you do have 2 8 cards. And a 9 and a 10. So you have some higher numbered cards. So there's definitely some endings going on. And 8 is about, you know, it's the infinity sign on its side, but it also is about moving in a new direction. Well, you have that, and you have the strength that's saying you have the ability to do so. All right, so what do we added that up to 9, or 36, didn't we? Which would basically add up to 9. And that's about completions. I feel like a lot of you have either ended a relationship, or you're in a transformation stage, but you're almost getting past the bumps, and I think you'll really feel that in May. But, you know, in other words, if you think of the left as being, oh, all the problems, then in the middle, you know, it's kind of like a indicator. In the middle, it's getting better, and then to the right is, oh, it's much better. I feel like you're right. You're more towards the right, but there's still some stuff to go through, and you'll handle it with ease once you realize what you want. Okay, Pisces, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. If you'd like to subscribe, I would love for you to do that, and thank you to all those of you who have. Any comments are wonderful. If you'd like your own personal private reading with your own questions, see or look in the Show More section below. There's a link to my order page. I think there's some exciting times coming up for you all. And, you know, again, leave the comments below. be ready to move in this end of April towards seeing the light. And I tell you, after this Mercury retrograde, which has been challenging, I hope you do. I know you will. Okay, take care, be well, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.